So now here is an example. Again, the same example which I am carrying forward from the goal sheet to the data table now. The data table explanatory defined itself that we will be creating a kind of a table, row wise and a column wise, and we need to fetch some of the amounts from that data table. And I will let you know the current and the most modern dynamic technique of the array functions as well. And if you are using Excel 365 with a subscription model, so that you can use the array features and the array functions as well. And now they are dynamically changing the practices in the industry with related to the financial models as well. So we have two classes of Excel users in the industry right now: the one who are using the traditional old Excel, and the one who have the Office 365 and the Excel 365 subscription, which in which they can get the Excel latest features and the functions available. They can make sure they can make their work very easily in minimum time. So we will discuss the both scenarios, and we will know that what is a data table. So kindly listen it very carefully. What is a data table? Let me just give you the conceptual side first. So the Excel data tables allows you to review how changing certain values in your formula will affect the results of the formulas. So in one operation, you can produce multiple versions of your calculations and have the results layout in the tabular form in your worksheet, and which enables you to easily view and compare the various results. So generally in Microsoft Excel, you can create either with one variable data table or a two variable data table, depending on whether you want to test the effect of alternating one or two variables. So quickly concluding that a one variable data table can be used with numerous formulas, but a two variable data can have only one formula. And I will show you right now in this example. So let's discuss this example. We have a loan amount of 1 lakh, interest rate of 12%. Number of periods in years is 5, and we need to drive the monthly payment, which I have already told you earlier. I will quickly calculate the monthly payment first. Okay. So now let's say if I calculate a monthly payment in which I need to make sure that the rate should be monthly, so I am dividing it by 12. My number of periods should be monthly, so I'm multiplying it by 12 and present value. Okay. So I got my monthly payment as a negative because it's a cash outflow, right? Now I need, might be possible later on, I need to have two variables analysis as a data table, and I need to look with a different perspective that if I get a loan of 50,000 for the 3 years, how much will be the monthly payment? If I get a loan of 1,25,000 for the 15 years, how much will be the monthly payment? Now there are so many different situations we need to see all together. In that kind of situation, I can create a data table. Okay. Now, but there is a limitation of a data table, and I will show you that how you can create a data table. So for example, if I have created an array, you can see there is a column wise number of years has been plotted: 3, 5, 8, 10, and 15. And as a row wise, I have put it some of the amounts, loan amount, 50,000, 75,000, and so on. So for example, if I need to calculate all these different situations, monthly payments all together, I can use the data table. So for example, if I select this entire range, I will go to data and I will click on data table. So when you click on data table, there are only two fields you need to input the cell. You need to define the input cell, row wise and the column wise. Now, how you will identify that which cell will be added in the raw input cell and which cell will be added in the column input cell, right? So this is very easy. Let me explain you. The raw wise contains the amounts of the loan. On the raw number 2, we have multiple different number of loan amounts. So raw wise, we will pick a cell which contains the original amount of that situation, which is 1 lakh rupees in B2. In the column input cell, you can see different number of years. So we will pick cell B4 as an original example number of year in this data table as a column field, and I will press OK. When I press OK, it generates 0 everywhere. And this was the limitation which I needs to tell you that how to overcome this. As the data table did not find any connectivity of a single monthly payment within this array. Okay. So there is a limitation is that I need to either copy paste or cut paste. I can cut and paste, control X for the cut and control E for the paste. I need to move this output cell to here on D2. And now when I select this range and when I will go to the data table in the raw input cell, original amount of the loan, in the column input cell, the number of years. And when I click OK, so now you can see here with a one click, you have a different loan payment amounts of different time periods and a different loan amounts, right? And we can verify as well if the loan is 1 lakh rupees for the 5 years, you can see that here is the answer which we were trying to do. So data table can set on the two different variables on a different kind of situations where you can quickly fetch the multiple results of your numbers, of your required numbers, right? So there was a limitation that I need to put this PMT function, which is the monthly payment function, with this array. If I remove this function and put it anywhere on the spreadsheet, the data table will not be created. So this is the default structure we need to follow, okay, but for creating a data table. But now what we are doing is, and what we have in Office 365 subscription is, let me show you. So we have the dynamic array available, which can replace the data table as well. So for example, if I write a function, which is the payment, so I need a rate, right? So for getting a rate, what I can do is I will go to B3, divide by 12 to make it a monthly rate, then number of time periods. So here we have a number of time periods, different time periods, okay? But we need to make it a monthly because these time periods are yearly basis, 3, 5, 8, 10, 15. So to make it a monthly, what I can do is multiplying this whole range by 12. All right. Then it says define the present values. So we have a multiple present values presented as a row wise, and I will close this function. So as soon as I close this function, you can see that without that limitation and with the help of an array formula, dynamic array formula, now it's possible to create a data table. As we see in the above example, we have a limitation to switch the result output within this array. But here we can do independently, right? And these kind of utilities, dynamic arrays, can be only applied when you have the Office 365, Excel 365 subscription. But as a traditional user, you need to follow this kind of a limitation. But I hope that this feature is also very much helpful in the financial models.